What starts as a dream mansion deal in one of California's most exclusive neighborhoods quickly turns into a courtroom battle that would drain millions and drag Hollywood names into the spotlight. Back in 2020, a stunning $15 million Montecito estate changed hands between a Texas millionaire and a high-profile Hollywood couple, Katy and Orlando Bloom. The property wasn't just another luxury home. With 8 bedrooms, ocean views, a guest house, infinity pool, jacuzzi, and sprawling private land, it was meant to be the ultimate family retreat for the couple and their daughter, Daisy Dove. But just when everything seemed finalized, things took a sharp turn. Only days after the sale, the seller tried to pull back from the agreement, claiming he was not in a proper mental state when the deal was made. What seemed like a straightforward real estate transaction suddenly became a legal storm that no one saw coming. And that wasn't even the most complicated part. The case soon introduced a sensitive medical layer, as it was revealed the seller had been diagnosed with Huntington's disease years earlier. That detail fueled arguments on both sides, raising questions about judgment, awareness, and whether the contract should stand at all. But when the case finally reached court, the narrative began to collapse. Judges reviewed the evidence and ultimately found no persuasive proof supporting the claims of incapacity. In fact, court observations described the seller as coherent, engaged, and fully aware during key moments of the transaction. And just like that, the legal tide turned. What followed was a financial unraveling that kept escalating. The court ordered millions in compensation tied to the delayed transfer of the property, including rental value losses and complex deductions related to payments already made. Each calculation added another layer to an already expensive dispute. But the real shock came after the initial ruling. As legal teams continued to battle over costs, a second major decision landed. More than $3 million in attorney fees and hundreds of thousands in court expenses were added on top of the original judgment. Suddenly, what began as a property disagreement had turned into a multi-million-dollar legal collapse. And the numbers didn't stop there. Reports later suggested the legal teams had logged thousands of billable hours, with one side arguing the fees were justified, while the court noted the figures were unusually high for a case of this nature. Meanwhile, life outside the courtroom kept moving. The mansion itself, once intended as a family home, became part of a shifting personal chapter. By early 2025, it was being rented out rather than lived in full-time, signaling a change in how the property was being used. Then came another unexpected shift. In 2025, news surfaced that Katy and Orlando Bloom had ended their long-term relationship after nearly 9 years together. Sources described the split as amicable, but final, marking the end of a major Hollywood partnership that had once centered around building a family life. And suddenly, the mansion case didn't feel like just a legal story anymore. It became part of a much bigger picture of changing relationships, financial pressure, and decisions that carried consequences far beyond real estate. Because in the end, this wasn't just about a $15 million house. It became a reminder that in Hollywood, even a property deal can spiral into years of legal fire, emotional fallout, and millions lost along the way, long after the cameras stop watching.